Hi, let's start. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our workshop program for zkSync technologies. So I'm so happy introduce to them what is a WaveHack Global and amazing zkSync technology. And today's joining a special guest, Satu from EDCON. So we can introduce today what yeah, so EDCON's what happened Tokyo in July in EDCON event. So we can introduce about EDCON, not only zkSync technology, and also we can introduce EDCON. And so yeah, after that, so we want to introduce you guys. So what is WebHack Global? And after that, EDCON's explained by Satu. And after that, so zkSync's workshop from Sisyfos, yeah, from Mata Labs. Okay. So actually, so I'm Kinjo from Akindo, yeah, founder of Akindo. And so I'm so happy joining our workshop event US. Okay, let's start. So please explain WebHack Global, Moz, please.
Thank you for the great intro, Kinjo-san. I'm Moz from Akindo and excited to be here for today's workshop. And let's get started. So first of all, welcome everyone to our WebHack Global Onboarding workshop with zkSync and EDCON. It's a pleasure to have you with us today, and I'm excited to introduce you to this acceleration program designed to foster the next generation of groundbreaking crypto application. So let's kick things off by talking about WebHack Global. About WebHack Global. WebHack Global is a prize-funded acceleration program that aims to support builders like you in bringing your innovative products to market. With the backing of our top-tier partners, we provide grants and feedback to help enhance your solutions, whether you are launching a new project or expanding an existing solution. The program is already underway, and as we gear up for 3 major demo days in Japan this summer, let's explore why WebHack Global is an event you don't want to miss. You have the opportunity to receive grants from leading global projects like zkSync, Aptos, Manta, Mina, Lefzero, The Graph, and more. Every 2 weeks, you receive valuable feedback from expert judges of these projects, and our weekly online study sessions will keep you updated on the latest technologies and in-demand products. Additionally, you'll have the unique chance to pitch at major crypto conferences in Japan, including IBS Crypto, EDCON, and WebEx. WebEx Global is an accelerating program open to all builders, whether teams or individuals, at any time and free of charge. This summer, you have the opportunity to impress a bold audience with your projects tailored to our grant partners' themes and contribute to the mass adoption of crypto. So today, we are thrilled to have Sisyfos from zkSync leading this workshop. zkSync is a modular blockchain for general, is an engaging session. zkSync is an L2 blockchain and for the zk rollup. And in the engaging session, Sisyfos will explore how you can utilize zkSync for your project. He will also introduce how to build with zkSync and share insights on product requirements and evaluation criteria of zkSync WebHack Global Program. Plus today we have another special guest, Satu from UETH. She will introduce EDCON today. EDCON is a conference for Ethereum developers that brings together the global Ethereum community to discuss the latest developments, share knowledge, and drive innovation in the ecosystem. She will explore more about EDCON and how it will be this year in Tokyo. We will also have a live Q&A session at the end, and you can ask Sisyfos and Satu anything about zkSync and EDCON. So feel free to comment on YouTube throughout this session, and we will address as many questions as possible. So speaking of WaveHack Global with zkSync, please note that there are 3 themes at the moment. First one is build a game for SocialFi application, which includes 30,000 grants. And second one is build an application using Native Account Abstraction, which includes $15,000 in grants. And third one, write builder tutorials or technical content, which includes $5,000 in the grand pool of zkSync is $50,000 in total. Game and social theme challenges you to build game or SocialFi consumer product on zkSync to achieve mass adoption of Web3. Utility theme challenges you to build an application that leverages zkSync's native account abstraction in an innovative way. The last theme challenges you to create technical content on zkSync in textual code, view analytics, or video format. This is a great opportunity to contribute to the zkSync's ecosystem, showcase your technical skills, and present innovative ideas. There are 5 days, as you can see, 5 days left for the submission deadline of the first wave for these themes. We are excited to see what you build and how you leverage zkSync to push the boundaries of what's possible in the blockchain space and for the Super Demo Day at EDCON. All right, now without further ado, let's welcome Sisyfos and Satu to share their insight and expertise. Sisyfos and Satu, thank you for joining us today. We are all excited to find out more about zkSync and EDCON. So, all right, let's begin by hearing from Satu about EDCON. Satu, could you please introduce yourself and share more information about EDCON?
Yes, sounds good. Thank you very much for having me here today. Thank you, Mose, for the introduction, and Kinjo-san for inviting me. My name is Satu, and I've been with the EDCON team for over 2 years now. We are a WaveHack Global's partner this year, and Akindo is EDCON's community partner. We've received great support from Akindo and local developer communities in Japan. zkSync is one of EDCON's core sponsors this year, and it would be great to have everyone in Tokyo to build together this July. If you are in Shibuya, starting in July, you will find within our scavenger hunt, like part of the scavenger hunt, you will find ZK Quest provided by zkSync. So for EDCON, we are the Community Ethereum Development Conference. We've been in operations for 8 years now, and our goal is to serve the Ethereum ecosystem by boosting communication and engagement between Ethereum communities. Let me just quickly share screen.
Oh, yeah, please screen. Yeah, please,
Yeah.
please change screen.
Yeah, I think it will be helpful for everyone to see the numbers and stats from EDCON, the previous EDCONs. So we've been in operation for 8 years. We're actually in a different country every year. So we started in Paris 2017, and then 2018 we're in Toronto, 2019 in Sydney. 20 and 21 online because of COVID, and then 2022 we were in San Francisco and took over the Chase Center. If any of you watch basketball, that's the home ground for the San Francisco Warriors. And then last year we're in Montenegro and took over the biggest stadium of Montenegro. So this year in Japan is actually our very first event in Asia, and we're very excited to be coming here and build with the local communities, because we found first the government and local major corporations have been very supportive of Web3 initiatives. And then second, there are so many developers and developer communities becoming more and more vibrant and learning together, building together, such as Kindle and your great initiative, WaveHack Global. So we definitely want to be the bridge that's bringing international projects here in Japan and connecting everyone together. And we have been gathering a very strong roster of speakers. As you can see here, Vitalik Buterin, the co-founder of Ethereum, has been making a guaranteed presence every year at EDCON. And we've had support from Miyaguchi-san over the past several years. So this year is actually very exciting because many of the names on this page haven't been back in Japan for 5 years now. Last time they made a public presence in Japan was still DevCon Osaka. So I think it's a great opportunity for them to come back and communicate with the local communities to see what has been changed and what can we build together in the future. So I'll just fast skim through some of our past supporters and media partners. And here I do want to highlight our agenda for this year. So the goal and theme for our for EDCON 2024 is interoperability. We definitely want to be not just the convergence of different blockchain communities, but also to engage the broader open source community, tech community, art community, and to bring everyone together to have a conversation. Because I think not just within the Ethereum ecosystem, but more broadly speaking, there's been tribalism, there's been different groups just kind of playing within their own ecosystem. We definitely want to bring everyone together for a conversation. You don't have to like each other or work with each other, but it's always helpful to have a conversation and understand what each other's building first. So that's what we're trying to do as well, to narrow the great divide. And then this year, very exciting because it's the 10th anniversary since the yellow paper has been issued. So broadly speaking, it's the 10th anniversary of Ethereum. And we've been planning for this panel called Founders Reunion, which means we're going to bring some of the co-founders of Ethereum together in Tokyo to review what has happened for the past 10 years and what's going to happen for the next 10 years. So it's going to be a monumental event, not just for the Japanese blockchain communities, but also for the global Ethereum communities. And as you can see here, ethos, Ethereum, and open source is our goal and theme for this year. And then we're very excited to take over the Olympic Stadium of Japan, the Yoyogi National Gymnasium, to be our main stage this year. So the capacity of the venues are already 17,000 people. So over the week of EDCON, we're actually looking at 20,000 people come here to celebrate and build together. And we actually secured both gymnasiums. There's 1 and 2. So which marks EDCON the very first tech event happening at the Olympic stadiums. Besides this, we do have United Nations University, which is 10 minutes walk away from the main venue. And the United Nations University is where our Super Demo Day, our pitch day, is going to happen. And what is Super Demo Day? So essentially, it's a platform for individuals or teams to showcase their projects that promote and advance the Ethereum technology and its ecosystem. So we're very happy to be partnering up with WaveHack Global and featuring some of the teams selected from this hackathon and to showcase on the stage of EDCON. And then each successful team will get 10 to 15 minutes to present their project to a panel of judges. And someone from zkSync's team this year will be one of the judges at Super Demo Day. At the end of the competition, actually the top 3 teams will have the opportunity to showcase their projects on the main stage, which means you'll be able to, some of the participants that's listening to this live stream might get the chance to speak on stage at the Olympic Stadium. And since we have already released our agenda as well as the tracks on our website, if everyone just go to edcon.io/superdemo, you'll be able to find our brief intro. the event schedule, which marks July 27th to be the super demo presentation day, and then 29th to be the super demo final list presentation day. And all the tracks are revealed on our website here as well. And we're like actively updating information to the page. And if you hit contribute and super demo day application, you'll be able to submit your information and see the criteria for how to participate and how to be selected. So I think that's my brief intro for the super demo day. If Mose or Kinjo-san do not have any questions, I'll give the floor to Esteban Sisyfos.
All right. Thank you, Satu, for introducing EDCON to our listeners. As a world-leading developer event, EDCON offers builders like you fantastic opportunity to network, sharpen your blockchain skills, and explore cutting-edge technologies. Moreover, as Satu said, if selected by zkSync in WaveHack Global, you get to pitch a demo day. Connect with Sisyfos ecosystem. That will be great opportunity for everyone. Yeah, it's such a great opportunity for builders, and we are honored to have a partnership with EDCON and to build a community in the Ethereum ecosystem together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. So we received a question for EDCON. So from Gabian from Gabian. So if it's not possible to travel to Japan, is there a way to participate virtually, or is it okay on virtually participate to EDCON? How about that?
So currently we do not, accommodate virtual presentation, but good news, stay tuned to our social media. We're currently working with some of our community partners to provide travel grants to some of the super demo applicants. So we'll be able to select and cover your flight ticket very soon, like to select the pool of people. So that will actually, I think, bring more people to EDCON and also to Super Demo Day. But back to your question, unfortunately, due to technical restraint, we cannot accommodate a virtual presentation.
Yeah. Thank you for answer, Satu. So yeah, also WaveHack Global. We can support travel expenses for WaveHack Global demo day presenters. So please submit your product and receiving grant. So from zkSync. Yeah. So you can get opportunity coming to Japan.
That's right. So it's a great opportunity for builders to participate in EDCON and at the same time in the WaveHack Global. So yeah. Okay, now let's explore more about zkSync and let's boost your knowledge in preparation for WaveHack Global and the Super Demo Day at EDCON. Sisyfos, could you please introduce and share your insight and expertise about zkSync?
Of course. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Kinjo. Thank you, Satu, for the presentations. Just before I start, it's a great pleasure to be able to collaborate with both WaveHack and EDCON for this road to EDCON. It's great to be able to talk to a wider community, to get to know the Japanese developers, the Japanese ecosystem builders, and in general, the Japanese community around EDCON, but also to be able to reach to the more global community through the WaveHack program and invite people to build on zkSync, but also to participate to the journey to EDCON. My name is Sisyfos, or Esteban. I work at Matter Labs. Matter Labs is the team behind zkSync. zkSync is a layer 2 for Ethereum. For today's sessions, I'm just gonna try to do a small introduction about zkSync, what problem it solves, how to get started about on zkSync, and then I will talk a little bit more about some specific features of zkSync, and finally about the bounties that we have available together with WaveHack. I'm gonna try to share my slide. Let me know if this works. Here we go. Can you see the slides? Yes. All right. Gonna put that here. All right. Perfect. So zkSync. First of all, just what problem do we solve? I think it's been quite clear now for a few years that Ethereum is quite expensive to use. It's quite expensive to use, and it's also a little bit slow. So what we try to solve is what we call the blockchain trilemma. Is trying to get nice properties of blockchain and the three together. The three are decentralization, security, and scalability. We know that some blockchains are decentralized and secure, like Ethereum, but they're not very scalable. On the other hand, we know of other blockchains on layer 1 that are quite fast, quite secure, but not decentralized at all. And sometimes that affect the resilience of the blockchain. Sometimes they go down. So essentially, the blockchain trilemma is the problem that we try to solve. This is where rollup come into the picture. We have layer 2s. In the last few years, there were a lot of advances that have been made about rollups to essentially scale Ethereum. They do so by just moving the computation of chain and then bundling up a lot of transactions together and putting back some data back on chain. So essentially, rollup, what they do is to move computation on chain and then roll up back the data on layer 1. And now it's been a few years that these solutions have been developing, and zkSync is one of them. zkSync is essentially a layer 2 rollup, zk rollup, and it does exactly the same as I described before. It takes a lot of transactions, put them into L2 block, bundle all these L2 blocks into L1 batches, execute them on the zkSync virtual machine, and then puts back the results on layer 1 and on Ethereum to guarantee data availability. And that's the general functioning of layer 2s. What they do is that they provide you a virtual machine that is on layer 2 to build your smart contract, your application, and then it puts back the data on Ethereum to guarantee the security and the decentralization of the network. There are two broad families of zk rollup. We know that there are the optimistic rollup, like Arbitrum and Optimism, and there are the zk rollup. zkSync is within the family of zk rollups. That means that what they use is that they use zero-knowledge proof to prove that the validity of the computation that is performed off chain before putting the data back on chain. Within the family of zk rollups, we have two big families. There are the ones that put L2 input transactions back on chain, like Polygon and Scroll. They put L2 transaction data. And then there are other solutions that use state differences, like zkSync. What we do is that instead of putting the input of L2 transaction back on chain, we put the state difference, the change in the virtual machine that has happened back on layer 2, and we post that that change is valid together with the proof that that change is valid. And that's what zkSync is about. zkSync is a zk rollup that proves that the state differences of the Ethereum virtual machine are correct, and put back that state difference on layer 1 to guarantee data availability together with the proof that the transaction is correct. And that allows quite nice things. As you know, that the first goal of zk rollups is to scale Ethereum. What we managed to do with the protocol at Meta Labs is to reduce the transaction cost. Even since the recent upgrade on blobs, we managed to decrease significantly the cost of transaction from compared to layer 1. We managed to create a protocol that is fast. I think as of today, last time that I checked, it was the layer 2 that reached the highest transaction per second. And finally, we invested quite a lot on security. We keep on doing security audit, and we recently also announced a collaboration with Cyfrain to do more audits on our contract. So we keep investing and we keep going with serious security practices. And that's an overall introduction on zkSync. And if there are already questions at this stage, I'm happy to answer them. If not, I'll proceed a little bit on the developer experience. I think I can proceed.
Yeah, I think there is a
Yes.
question already. It's from June. I think we can ask this now. What's
Yeah, sure.
advantage? What are the advantage of zkSync Error compared to other zk rollups?
So Vitalik mentioned an article to recognize a little bit and to differentiate the zk rollup from type 1 zk VMs to type 4 zk VMs. The trade-off that is essentially done between these zk rollups are between compatibility and performance. zkSync is more on the performance side. So although you can deploy your contract in Solidity, in Viper, and use most of the Ethereum tooling available, we made the trade-off to optimize for performance. And I think this is also what is represented on that slide. So the first advantage of building on zkSync is that transaction costs are lower, transaction per second is higher, we can perform a lot of high transaction. But also if you want to use fast oracles and have more granularity in the data, more liquidity, efficiency in decentralized applications, you can leverage state differences. So in general, zkSync, I'd say first is a zk rollup, so it has some advantages on top of an optimistic rollup. The second is that zkSync is fast, is performant, is it EVM compatible. There is a lot of activity. I think for the last 6 months, we've proven that there was a lot of activity on the network. So that's also better when you want to stress test your applications. You have a lot of people on testnet, a lot of people on mainnet. So it should have a great user experience as well.
I see. Thank you for your answering. And actually, there was one more, actually 2 more questions, but I think we can I can ask like one question here. It's from Aban. Are we building on Error or zk VM? Is it made virtual machine?
Yeah, so the zkSync virtual machine is very similar than Ethereum. It has a different bytecode, but essentially for the developer experience in general, you would be writing your smart contract in Solidity and in Viper, the same way that you would smart contract like on Ethereum. There are some differences, and these are all documented in our documentations. But for the developers, it would be like, for 99% of the smart contract, it would be like developing on Ethereum. So you have also availability, Foundry, Remix, Hardhat. So this should all enable you to have a similar experience than on Ethereum, but on zkSync, so cheaper and faster.
I see. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for clear information. Okay, I think that we can go forward, and later on I can pick all other questions.
All right. So this is what I was just mentioning before. Developing on zkSync and building on zkSync in general is very similar than building on Ethereum. You use the same smart contract language, Solidity and Viper, for your smart contract, but you also have a broad range of tools available to make your developer experience and developer journey smoother. If you're a beginner, you can have templates of smart contract and no-code solutions like Third Web. You have IDEs like Remix or Atlas that are very user-friendly for you to handle your smart contracts. And then you can get a little bit more involved with Foundry or with Hardhat if you're familiar with TypeScript. So very similar to Ethereum, you can build on zkSync, and most of your smart contracts should be able to be migrated to zkSync quite smoothly. I want to say a little bit more about one of the particular features that differentiate zkSync from Ethereum and from other layer 2s. And this is what we call native account abstraction. It's native because in the backend, behind the scenes, accounts on zkSync there are not different kind of accounts. There is just one kind of family, smart accounts, and not like on Ethereum where you have EOAs and smart contracts. On zkSync, there is one type of smart contracts, and EOAs are a sub-kind of smart contract. So account abstraction is implemented natively. That allows you to make great step forward in terms of user experience and in terms of onboarding the next billion of users. I think it is also what we try to achieve with WaveHack Global with that bounty, is to have people that onboard the next billion of users. And we do that while implementing, while providing and offering native account abstraction, because it allows you to imagine applications where people sign with their Face ID or their fingerprint, where they have session keys, where they can sign the first contract, first transaction, and then play a game, and then log off 24 hours later. We can have account recovery. We can subsidize gas fees with paymasters. So account abstraction in general allows you to reduce the barrier to onboarding users on zkSync. And this is only available, I think, as a EVM chain or EVM compatible chain on zkSync. Here are a few cases that could be some inspiration for you for your bounty to build on zkSync. In general, I will give you a little bit more about the bounty that we have available for WaveHack, but we would love to see applications that use these native implementation of account abstraction, mostly because we believe that applications that do so will also have lower barriers to onboarding new users, and we'll be able to bring Web 2 quality kind of user experience into Web3 applications, and I think that will be a great leap forward. The 3 bounties, as has been said before, we have a bounties about writing technical content and builder tutorials. As you know, we have unique features like account abstraction, and we have slight differences with Ethereum. So we would love to see any technical documentation that would help onboard new developers. We would love to see tooling that would onboard new developers, or we would love to see tutorials of innovative applications being drafted. So that bounty, if you're a content creator and technical content creator or aspiring developer relations, I invite you to have a look at that bounty for you to create content on zkSync. The second bounty, with a 15,000 grand pool, is building an application using native account abstraction. And here the kind of application can be very broad, from decentralized finance, around NFTs, around cryptocurrencies, payment, game. Here we really welcome any kind of application that would use native account abstraction that would use a native account abstraction. You can read more examples about native account abstraction in our documentations. We have a few examples that show you how to implement it. And yeah, feel free to have a look at them for inspiration, but we would want to have something that is innovative. Finally, we have 30K available for building a game or a social finance application. Here, again, we want to see your creative juice, and we want to see how creative you can get on leveraging the fast performance on zkSync for your game or for social finance. So here, 30K available through several waves. If you have any questions about that, about the bounties, feel free to jump on our Discord on join.zkSync.devs. And if you want to read more about account abstraction, about how to build on zkSync and how to get started, just look at our docs. The link is on the left. I think that's mostly from my side. I'm happy to answer questions from now, if there are any.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. It will definitely help our builders, especially how to build on zkSync. Yeah, all right, as you said, we've got other questions in the YouTube comment, and let's jump in and see what you guys want to know. Okay, let's start from June again. The question, thank you for the question. Is there any restrictions of zk EVM on zkSync than EVM?
Yes, there are a few restrictions, and you can find them all in the documentation. The document title is called Differences from Ethereum, and one of them is, for example, we don't support a few opcodes like self-destruct, but this one is going to be deprecated. There is some different behavior in terms of opcodes. For example, create2 has a different formula to derive the address. So there are a few differences from the EVM. One of the big ones is native account abstraction, but that's that should not prevent you to migrate most of the codes that you are able to run on the EVM. And for all the differences that that exist, we have them documented in the documentation. If you find anything that doesn't work as expected, just feel free to issue a GitHub issue or to ask in the Discord, and we are more than happy to look into it.
All right, that's great thing to know. Account abstraction is, I believe it's a future EVM, and basically like Ethereum ecosystem. It can change a lot of things with this function, so that it's quite great thing that it's already native implemented, right, on the zkSync.
Totally.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Next question is from MK. Thank you for the question. Can you share a tip to win a grant? All right, he's definitely interested into winning this WaveHack Global. Could you share your insight for the tips?
Of course. We've seen already a few submissions coming our way, and in general, a few tips. This seems a bit, I would say, basic, but these are a general comment. For the zkSync specific bounties, if it's just an app and you say that you will integrate to zkSync, that will probably not make the cut. We want you to make the effort to try to migrate your application on zkSync, and as a minimum requirement, we ask for you to at least try to deploy on zkSync and to document if anything hasn't been going as expected, or to document us that you indeed made the effort to deploy on zkSync. So first, one general comment: deploy on zkSync to make sure to qualify with the minimum requirement for the bounty. Similar to the content has to be about zkSync or potentially the zk stack, but we have preferences for the zkSync. So that's one comment. A second comment would be on the innovativeness. Here, be creative. The wilder you get, the crazier you get, the more unthought of the application of either account abstraction or leveraging the performance of a layer 2. The wilder it is, the better and the more appreciated it will be during the judging of the bounties. So get wild, do fun games, and that will be significantly impact positively your submission. And I think these would be my two best tips. Deploy on zkSync, make sure that it's working on zkSync and you document the errors if you have any errors or problems. And second, be creative with your applications that you want to build.
Right. That's a great info especially for builders submitting this program. Okay. Next question is from Abang. Thank you for the question. Can I deploy a smart contract for voting mechanism on his social app on errors?
On voting mechanism?
Yeah, I think that it's asking if it's possible with a voting mechanism on social app. Sounds great, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to do that. If you are able to do so on Ethereum, there should be no restriction to build such an application on zkSync.
That's right. I think this voting mechanism should be included, which I think that can be. But is it possible to implement this with account abstraction? I was just curious personally. Like
I would say. I would say so. You could, in theory, do so with account abstraction by delegating also your votes, but I'm not sure you necessarily need account abstraction. However, what you can do, because it's a layer 2, you can do cross-chain governance as well. You can have a governance contract deployed on layer 1 and the votes that are operated on layer 2. So we have tutorials on that sense in our documentation to have voting happening on on layer 2 for contracts that are on layer 1. So this is something that will be possible.
Yeah, and actually, a bank asked if a bank can submit with existing Solidity smart contract on zkSync with a much change. And I will answer this. Actually, like you can, but technically, within this program, you can submit the project that's already you built before, but it will be more preferable if you put some changes a little bit for the improvement. So that would have higher chance to win this program. So, okay, let's go to the next question. It's from MK. What kind of game is your favorite? Oh, interesting question. About games, so.
Oof. I'd say we don't have personal preference. I mean, we don't have preferences when it comes to the submissions, but in general, the more fun and engaging the game, the better it is. I mean, I love all kind of games from FPS to Pokemon, so I really like all kind of games. So here, the more fun, the more engaging the game is, the better.
That's right. Actually, if this submitter or like if developer likes that game, maybe that's way to go because it's your passion. Okay. Another question. From Didier. Thank you for the question. Will we get the slide? And second question, is there spoiler zkSync faucet? I think we can share the slide, right? Sisyfos? Later
Yes,
on,
totally. We can definitely share this slide. And for the faucet, yes, there are a few faucets available in our documentation. If not, you can also definitely jump on the Discord, tag me, and I'm happy to send you some Sepolia testnet token, either on Sepolia or on zkSync Sepolia.
All right, that's great. And another question from a bank. Can I get link to the docs? Yeah, I think we can share all docs that you've shared today. Yeah, so I think we will put. Yeah. I think we will
in general.
Yeah.
Sorry. In general, it's docs.zkSync.io. docs.zkSync.io. And there was the slide before, and I think it's in the bounty descriptions. You should be able to find the link to the docs. docs.zkSync.io.
Yeah, I think I will post in the Discord channel later on, so everyone can check all those information later on. Yeah, and actually, for now, from this docs. Yeah, and right, for now, I actually have some other questions, and this question is for both. Actually, I personally prepared some other questions because I was interested in both EDCON and Sisyfos, and actually, like one of my question is goes to Satu. I think EDCON has held a lot of hackathon event before, and I assume that Satu's seen a lot of products there before. And my question is there any interesting product she's seen at Super Demo Day before?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you, Mose. I think many of the projects that have been attending EDCON, either for hackathon or Super Demo Day, has been big names now. So actually, I think if you go back to Hayden's Twitter, you'll be able to find that even though Uniswap did not present on stage for Super Demo Day Sydney 2019, It was the first time that they finalized agreement with Paradigm, Uniswap finalizing with Paradigm. And then I would say for last year, there are two projects that are specifically interesting. If you scroll down a little bit to the past projects highlight, I think just down a little bit. So among our finalists, there's below location, sorry, below location, you'll be able to see, yes. So the first one here you can see is called ETH storage. They're especially interesting because when we selected them, I think they're also, being selected to receive grants from the Ethereum Foundation. And their founder, Dr. Zhou, actually won the first place at last year's Montenegro Super Demo Day. And they grew very well and became the sponsor for ETHDember this year. Same thing goes with Ethereum attestation service. So I would say EDCON Super Demos Day is really a springboard for projects to grow, to present, to receive more attention from a global audience and global investors, and then continue to maybe hop on the fast track of success. So I think that's what we wish to become. And it will be great to have participants from WaveHack Global to join us this year, this July.
All right, thank you for answering. I think that's very interesting for me to know, the hidden and Uniswap comes from, at the beginning comes from this EDCON, and I mean this event. And that is, it shows it's open to everyone to be the top project in the ecosystem. And that is a great opportunity. So maybe now
sorry, I just
everyone...
want to comment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, Moz, I cut you off, but I just want to comment that you don't have to have a working product to submit to speak at or compete at EDCON. If you have an idea, if it's only an idea stage or prototype stage, we're all welcome everyone to join, and even if not pitching on stage, just to come along and hear what other people is building. So back to you, Moz. Sorry.
All right, no, don't worry. It's just it could be you that listening at the moment to be the next hidden. Don't miss this opportunity, and please submit if you have any idea, and it's a start for everything. Okay, actually we have another question. This goes to Sisyfos. It's from a bank. Bank already had deployed the Solidity contract on Polygon. And the question is, does a bank have to write a new governance contract before a bank can deploy on zkSync? Do you think he needs to kind of redeploy? I mean, sure, it needs to redeploy, but should a bank add more code for this?
So I'm not sure. I don't know, but the bank or that smart contract specifically, normally it should be able to deploy it seamlessly on zkSync, the same way that it should be able to deploy on Polygon or other layer 2s. If there are some differences, most likely the case is covered in our documentation. If it's not, I would invite anyone to just submit the issues that they face on our GitHub discussions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I believe if you build on Polygon, that it should be written on Solidity, so that and it's what you need is just rewrite a bit for to integrate to the front end, and as well, of course, redeploy on the zkSync. Yeah, but anyway, you can ask more detail in this code. So yeah, feel free to ask in the Discord, and the team can give you feedback later on. All right. So I think I have my personal question to Sisyfos. And I asked Satu about the project that she's seen before, and I also want to ask you as well, is there any interesting project that you've seen through the maybe because I think you've had zkSync as well had some grant program or hackathon before, and if you have any example of successful products from previous those program, I think I'd like to know for the good insight for the builders.
Totally. We had a few hackathons in the past, and we had some very interesting submissions, again, using native account abstractions, or sometimes more on the dev tooling side. So we have a repository on GitHub with a few of these submissions that were winning and that won in the past. I'm not sure what is the best way for me to share that. I'm going to share it in our Zoom discussion here. Not sure if you want to share that link yep, exactly, to the screen. These are a list of past projects that have won during hackathons. So feel free to have a look to get inspiration from them. Of course, we wouldn't want to copy paste of these different projects, but that should give you a bit of inspiration of what we're looking for.
All right, that's actually great resources for developers. Yeah, you guys can check. I will post this link later on in the group. I mean the Discord group in the channel, the zkSync channel, so that you guys can check details and dig into, and maybe like you can take some part to improve more.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I have also a question. So I think zkSync is a co-sponsor of EDCON, right? And so yeah, what kind of collaboration is planned between EDCON and zkSync? Yeah, please, could you share as much as you guys can say? If you any plan, please share.
Sisyphos, do you want to guess? Do you want to guess start or should I? I think
yeah, I mean, you can go first. I mean, you probably have more background information about it.
Yeah, so this year at EDCON, we are actually doing something very, very creative. We're opening up the center of the Yo-Yo Gift first to our sponsors and partners to have like inflatable at the very center of the stadium. So if you attend, by the way, all the tickets are free right now. So if you haven't yet, go claim your free ticket. So if you enter the stadium, you'll find mysterious installation by zkSync. Of course, you'll be able to see the Zeek, but you'll be able to find a few more creative installations. Like right now, I have to keep this secret because but I have to say it's one of the most creative installations we've seen for that Web3 garden. And then secondly, we're working very closely to build our own scavenger hunt experience. So basically, the idea is if you go to a spot in Shibuya, say, for example, a department store or a restaurant, you'll be able to open up the EDCON app on your phone and tap your phone on a stand that's like provided by us. Then you'll be directed to a task that's like posted by our sponsor/partner, and you'll be able to discover and participate in the ZK Quest that way. And then another thing that we're actively building with zkSync is from the University of Ethereum end. We're working on ZK content together for the University of Ethereum. So very soon you'll be able to, besides the onboarding series we offer on our website, which is ueth.org, you'll be able to find ZK content there very soon. So that's like the three aspects that I've mentioned. Not sure if Sisyphos wants to add more.
Well, again, what I can say is that we will have indeed a big team presence at EDCON. So there will be a lot of people from our team available to discuss any topic related to Meta Labs or to the zkSync ecosystem, to the ZK stack. So you will have people from our DevRel team, people from our BD team. So you should be able to meet the people from the team if you need deeper discussions on zkSync. We will also have the Super Demo Day, and that's something I'm super excited about, to be able to welcome a few candidates from WaveHack. Of course, we won't be able to display everyone, so the most promising application will have a chance to participate to the Super Demo Day. So we encourage you to send nice applications to the grant program. That's about the information that I have on my end in our collaboration. But of course, stay updated through our channels, through Twitter, through Discord, and we'll be posting updates as they come.
Yeah, thank you for sharing information for EDCON. Yeah, so yeah, we have 3 slots for Super Demo Day speech from Satu and EDCON members. So we have Global's builders who are rated by zkSync. We can provide 3 slots for Super Demo Day pitch opportunities. So please keep building and submitting on your product on zkSync. Yeah, we waiting for your amazing product. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Oh,
All
get
right.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
I
Yeah.
think that's all question that we got for today. If you guys have another question, you can ask, or like later on, you can ask on the Discord. By the way, if you missed some part of this online session, don't worry. This session is being recorded and will be published immediately after the live stream, so everyone can watch later. So yeah, I think that we are nearing the end of the online workshop today. So let me share my screen again to start. Okay. Before we wrap up, Sisyfos Satu, sorry, I don't need to share this now. Before wrap ups, Satu and Sisyfos, do you have any message you would like to leave to the builders and potential WaveHack Global submitters?
I mean, first of all, thank you very much. Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for participating to WaveHack Global. Thank you very much to Akindo and to University of Ethereum for this panel, for this workshop. That's been great, and I'm super happy about our collaboration for the month to come and for our road to EDCON. It's gonna, if you have any questions about building on zkSync, if you are interested about Native Account Abstraction, just feel free to tag me on Discord on the Akindo server, or in our Discord on the zkSync Discord developer channel, and I will be more than happy to answer them. So yeah, thank you very much for your attention to everyone, and I'm looking forward to reviewing your submissions to zkSync.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think Satu.
Yeah, me too. I'm like so excited to be here at this live stream with all of you. And thank you, zkSync, for sponsoring us this year. And then thank you, WaveHack Global, for becoming our partner, Kindle for becoming our partner. And like we are so excited to meet so many great builders from Japan, because I'm currently in Tokyo, and I've been to a few events that's hosted by Akindo, and was so like I was blown away by the enthusiasm and the level and the depth of knowledge people presented during the events. So definitely, if you haven't secured your tickets, go apply for a free ticket to EDCON, and hope to see everyone, especially your projects presenting on stage at Super Demo Day at EDCON. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you guys for encouraging builders. Okay. All right. It was a fantastic session today. Big thank you to everyone for your active participation. And of course, special thanks to Sisyfos and Satu for sharing such an informative presentation and for answering our questions. It was truly valuable learning experience for everyone. Okay, as we wrap up, let's keep the momentum going. The build theme of zkSync we discussed today offers a fantastic opportunity to explore the possibility of zkSync. So don't forget, this WaveHack Global program is not only a chance to win a grant, but also an opportunity to contribute to a growing zkSync ecosystem. And for ongoing resources and support as you build your project, keep an eye on the Luma page and stay tuned for upcoming session. We are here to help, and if you have any question or need further guidance, don't hesitate to reach out through our official channels such as X, Kindle Discord, and zkSync Discord. And also, as Satu mentioned today, EDCON ticket is available for free now, so don't forget to apply through EDCON's official website.
So yeah, you can listeners, you can get ticket. It's the YouTube explain areas. I put the URLs. You can get URLs. Please check this.
Oh yeah. Just forgot to mention. So if you're already a partner, a member of a Kindle, you'll be able to get a free ticket right away through the links that Kinjo-san has just mentioned in the YouTube description. You don't have to apply. You can just like claim a free ticket right away because you're a member of a Kindle and WaveHack Global. So definitely check out the description later.
Thank you.
All right. So that's all for today. So thank you once again for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at our next session and can't wait to see what you build. So have a great day or night, everyone. Let's keep building zkSync, like Kijo said. Yeah. For EDCON.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye, take care.